Hello guys, my name is Anna and I vlog daily from Ukraine since the start of brutal Russian invasion. And if you support Ukraine, subscribe to my channel and learn more about my beautiful country and Russian crimes. Today I might be a little bit emotional, so please forgive that, because I will speak about a sensitive topic, and that is usage food as a weapon. And for Ukrainians who had experienced the Holodomor, genocide based on famine, artificial famine, it is very emotional. And also because today is half a year since I have lost my mom. Every day I miss her enormously, and part of my brain still does not accept that I will never talk to her again. I'm saying it not to trigger your emotions, but to remind you, those of you who've lost someone, that I know how bad it is, and that no words can help. And that no matter what others say, it will remain painful. But just I know that. And sending you hugs, because many of you supported me in different ways, and I'm super grateful for that. And my mom, well, she had a hope till the very last day, but when she realized that something really wrong is happening to her, she would say that after she leaves me, she will miss enormously seeing me on this daily basis and minor things that we do together. And she asked me to do these little things, meaning recording videos and writing. She knew that I love it. So this is a reminder to those of you who have mothers and fathers. Use them. This does not sound as a good word, but do use them in your daily routine. Shop with them, laugh with them, quarrel with them, agree and disagree, eat with them, but be with them, because that's something you will miss enormously, and there is never enough time. And one of the worst things is that my mom died in winter. She did not like winter, and it was a period of blackouts, and you can imagine, I don't speak about personal life, but can you literally imagine when a person is dying with blackouts? No electricity, sometimes no water, and war around. And I feel really bad that she stayed in that time, but I hope all of the people, one beautiful day, those who are here with us and those who are in the skies, will be able to witness Ukrainian victory. And coming back to grain deal, I have recorded a reel on that because I feel it's very important, and I concentrated the message in 1 minute. And those of you who want can subscribe to me on Instagram. The link is below this video. But I was trying to understand why this grain deal triggers me so much, and finally realized because I'm Ukrainian, and millions of Ukrainians in the 30s died because of artificial famine. Soviets were collecting everything, every kind of food from Ukrainian household. And it was even forbidden to collect leftovers on the fields. What if not genocide, that is? And people in the breadbaskets of Europe were dying on the streets of cities like Kharkiv, poor Kharkiv once again. And it was an intended artificial famine to clean Ukraine from strong middle class and Ukrainians in general. This is the very vivid example of genocide. And I'm very grateful to those countries that acknowledged Holodomor as genocide against Ukrainian people. Russia denies this fact, of course, as it denies every historical truth. But back in the 30s, the world decided not to notice this genocide and millions of dead Ukrainians, because what can you do with such a strong country? And we know that unpunished evil grows, and now Russia does just the same. It uses food as weapons against the world. And once again, those of you who are afraid of the world war, don't you think it has already started? Because this blockage of Ukrainian ships, destruction of 60,000 tons of grain, mining of the sea, it's not about Ukraine. It's also about many countries that Russia pretends to feel sorry for, that will not get Ukrainian products. You know, what kind of country, what kind of people you should be to shoot grain? You know, bread is considered sacred in every religion. To shoot grain, to destroy grain, to burn grain. What kind of country you should be to mine fields on which simple farmers grow products and food for the world? That is Russia. So who likes that? What culture are you talking about? It's not culture. Some art products, but this culture is awful if it exists. This is the country that shoots grain, mines fields, and fights with what? What are they fighting with when they shoot grain? I would die if I were Russian, honestly. Honestly. I know that the world wants to believe in something positive, and we are afraid to see this true evil and darkness of the Russian soul. But it looks like it is real. Because 140 million of people cannot be controlled by a group of FSB agents and Kremlin gobbling. It is also their choice not to know, not to react, or maybe even to like what is happening. Somehow, in this brutality, violence, and terrorism, they see strengths. No, it's not about strengths. Let's talk about strengths, because you can answer such terrorists only with strengths. From what I understand, since tomorrow, Ukrainian armed forces will also treat Russian ships that enter the Black Sea as military targets. Why? Because, well, first of all, everything must be mutual, but secondly, because they are not carrying grain as Ukrainians, and it is very likely that they actually carry weapons and military supply. We have positive experience of sinking a couple of Russian warships, including a very famous Moskva, which was quite symbolic, and lots of you know the history behind this dead Moscow warship. So perhaps we will be forced to repeat that lesson to Russians, and I'm actually proud that we have means and courage to do that, because there is no other way you can win a terrorist. If you start following his demands, he will want more and more. Believe me, as a Ukrainian, I know that unpunished evil grows. And please understand, it's not just the war against Ukraine, it's the war against the world. It's the war against freedom, against democracy, and against normality. Russia has nothing to offer. Russia is not competent. It's not like it cannot compete with other countries, so it can only destroy, and that's what it does. Because if we return back in Stone Age, then Russian technologies and Russian attitudes will be top, and that's what they want, but that's not what we want. And together, united, we will win. Thank you so much for your support and understanding, for buying me coffees, becoming my patrons, for being my friends, and giving me one of really strong reasons to remain sane. Slava Ukraini!